Or let me have you introduce yourself, okay?
I'm Ella Froseth.
I'm Alyssa Schwinghammer.
I'm Lisa Weir.
Abby Meyer.
Maddie Nelson.
Emma Kittleson.
Ella Dold.
And I'm Brenna Bick.
All right. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I've got a trivia question for you. How many teams have gone to the state tournament for Sauk Center?
No, it's 7.
7. So you're number 8. 8 to the state. How does that sound? You like that? Can I ask you guys a few questions? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. If I'm going to talk, just go down so you can relax and sit down if you want, and you don't have to, just take it easy for a second. Let's talk to Ella first. Ella, I want to bring up, you guys can sit down. That's okay. Yeah. Ella, I want to bring up the parents. I look at all your parents out here, and especially your parents. I know them well through the years. Your dad played a lot of sports. He's a streeter. How important is it for the parents to have good support for the players?
I think it means everything to me. Like, they are there for us no matter what. They're always ready to have a spaghetti supper for us or decorate the bus or just have anything we need. We can always count on them, and we know they'll always be there for us.
I also want to touch on the match here. It looked like Pequot Lakes kind of adjusted. That first set, they were hardly hitting right side, but then did you feel they were going more right side attack on you?
Yeah, I think once they figured out I'm not like the best at digging, they went there more, but hopefully I brought it back and did good. I don't know.
Yeah, you did good. That's Ella Froseth. All right, let's hand it off to Alyssa. Alyssa, maybe this is too hard to think of, but I want to think back to the very first time you started practicing and the fall that you personally had. Homecoming queen, a lot of stuff going on there, the tournaments that you played in. How would you summarize this whole year for you personally?
Honestly, it's been amazing. Like, I couldn't imagine a better senior year. Like, going to state, that's insane. I'm so pumped, and I couldn't have asked for better people to do it with, too.
You know, can you mention, too, some of your teammates out there and how they help you along, too, to become a better player?
Well, they're always there for me no matter what. If I'm having a bad day, they have always got my back. I mean, Lisa, when we sub in, it's great. But, yeah, I love my team with all my heart.
All right, congratulations, Alyssa.
Thank you.
This is Lisa Weir. Lisa, you've got your sisters Amanda and Becca. And how tall are they?
They're like over 6 foot.
Okay, and you're not 6 feet tall. So,
I am not 6 foot.
So your role changes then for the Sauk Center team. Tell us in your way, your words, how do you contribute to this team?
I feel like I contribute to the team by having good ups and bringing energy and just keeping the team going.
You're also a three-sport athlete. What I like about you, especially in basketball, you get in somebody's face, don't you?
Yes.
Do you kind of carry everybody's saying, yeah, she does. That's what she does. But how does that carry over to volleyball then? Does it?
A little bit. I just like to scream and just get pumped. It really brings the other team's energy down, and it's just a fun time.
All right. Congratulations to you too, Lisa. This is Abby Meyer. Abby, maybe this is too personal. You don't have to answer it at all if you don't want to. But after you played your last match at the Sauk Center gym, you seniors got together, and it seemed to be kind of emotional, and especially you. What was going on there with you personally, and also what the coach talked to you about?
I think it's just it's sad that it's our last game on the home court, but even today, it's more happy tears, not sad, but everything's just more emotional. I know when I was out there today, the game was totally different for me because I was all the other playoff games, it could have been our last game too, but this game really felt man, this could really be our last game, and I don't know, it just gave everything, and I feel like I played different this game, and when you play when you think it might be your last game, I feel like you just play harder.
You know, I watch your sister Grace play too. You know, she was unfortunately injured and didn't get to close it out, but she's at every match, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She even lives in Duluth too.
Oh, and actually the last match I got her in there, I said, now Grace Meyer going, wait a minute. No, this is Abby. But I will say this about Grace. I don't know if you remember when she played. Inch for inch, pound by pound, seriously, she's one of the best players I've ever seen play volleyball for Sauk Center. How can what does she give you in support?
I mean, in the summer and the off season, we literally practice outside. We have a really nice volleyball net outside in our yard, and she just gives me pointers after every single game. We don't play the same position, but she's an all-around good athlete that can just help me with literally anything.
All right, thank you, Abby. This is Maddie Nelson. I had a little thing in the summer. I was thinking about this, and I'm serious about this. Through all the years as I broadcast, I think, whose name have I said the most ever? I'm thinking it's got to be a girl playing 3 sports, because girls usually can play in 8th or 9th grade on the varsity, and probably then a pitcher on the softball team. So whose name did I say?
Mine.
Yes, Maddie Nelson. You are a 3-sport athlete. I want to bring that up. How important and what ways does that help you become a better volleyball and just a better athlete?
I would say, like, even with basketball, like, you're running back and forth. It gets you conditioned for volleyball. Obviously, gym conditions us during preseason. But I just think the mental mindset of playing varsity all the time, it's like, you got to zone in and play your game and don't let anything else affect it. And I guess that's with pitching, too. It's like, for us as a team to do good, I got to pitch a strike. It's like, I feel it's not a lot of weight, but it's a lot of responsibility.
Sometimes this question comes up, and I want to have it in your words as well. You are very active all summer long, all year long.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at it, is it too much for an athlete?
Sometimes you, like, see other people that aren't doing as much, and you're like, oh, I could be doing something else, but I love sports, and it is my life, so I wouldn't rather be doing anything other than sports. And it shows now the work that we've all put in during the summer. I think that's what got us here, is the work we put in during the summer and during the preseason. This is why we're going to state now.
One more point, too, with you that I think you can speak for everyone is you have to take everybody into this team, right? You can't just be seniors and kind of standoffish and say, well, she's a freshman, I'm not going to talk to her.
Yeah, we're very fortunate with our underclassmen. They listen to us, and I think they realize that we want it so bad, so it pushes them even harder to want it so bad. Because we were saying, in the huddles when we were down, we were like, this is what we want. This is our last chance we can do it. We want it, so you guys need to want it too. And they really took responsibility with that too.
All right. I get to say Maddie Nelson's name again. If I had a quarter for every time I said your name. So anyway, now Emma Kittleson. Emma, let me ask you this. The year started out, you had an injury, right? So what happened there?
So basically, it was 2 summers ago, so it was in 2020. And I was in volleyball practice, and I went up for a block, and they landed sideways on my left foot, and my bone went through my skin and had an open dislocation, and I had to go to physical therapy for 6 months.
Yeah. Yikes. But then also to your wrist, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I broke my wrist. I fractured my wrist at the beginning of the season because I was backpedaling, and I fell. And actually, I've never told anybody this. My dad might get mad when he hears this, but I wasn't supposed to play for the rest of the season. I was supposed to sit out for the rest of the time. You guys don't even know this. Yeah, but I absolutely refused to sit out, and I just played through it. And now I'm it's healed, so yeah.
Good. Any other parts of your body you want to talk about? We're cool?
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. But again, with that wrist injury, though, how did you have to adjust? How were you playing through that first part of the season?
Well, right when it happened, Jim switched Jenna and I. So Jenna was playing middle and I was playing right side. And I had to one-arm block. I basically did not use my left hand at all. I mean, it's good that it was my left hand, because otherwise, I couldn't play if it was my right hand, because that's my hitting hand. But I had to block with one arm. I had to pass with one arm, basically everything with one arm. So, yeah.
Can I ask you, too, at one point, and maybe you still have it, you have a state record in weightlifting, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
What?
What is that?
It's the Minnesota state record for deadlifts in my age and weight class.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 of them with one deadlift. So.
Now, I suppose, though, with your wrist injury, but leading up to a season, is it important for you to be lifting weights and weight training?
Oh, yeah. In my sophomore season, that's what got me on varsity, because I was doing that all summer long. And I just kept doing it. And, that's how I got here today. That's why I'm such a good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right. Now, excuse me again, and I don't know you, but what is your name?
Ella Dold.
Ella Dold. Okay, and you're the manager. Tell me your responsibilities and how you interact with all these players here.
I just keep track of like the stats, like kills, aces, blocks, all of that stuff. And then
We're taking pictures.
and then I just show up and support these girls, which is a lot of fun, and I'm so proud of them on what they've all accomplished this season.
Well, now you get to say you're going to the state. How about that?
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's
All
what
right.
we've been working for all season. So.
Well, thank you for all you do. Okay? Oh, she's the mom. Thanks, Mom. All right, this is Brenna Bick. Now, Brenna, okay, you didn't get in the match today, but I will say the rest of your teammates, who's the number one supporter on this team and a great teammate? It is Brenna Bick. So how do you see your role? Tell me, describe this for you. What do you bring to this team?
Well, I just want to be their biggest fans because, like, they really are, like, family. And, like, everybody on the team, I love all of them. I just want to, like, support them because I know that they're going to, like, they're doing great things out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, in your other sports, though, you play hockey, which you didn't go to hockey practice this week, did you?
No.
No, you were busy.
No.
Okay, but then on the softball team, too, as your softball teammates will say, you're one of the best hitters around. So, again, just knowing that, I guess, how do you accept this then, that, you're such a star in these other sports, but then here in volleyball, you're just doing what you're doing. Is that okay?
I mean, yeah, all the sports that I play are very different, like, very different feels for everything. And I guess can't win them all. So, I don't know. I try, but...
Oh, no, you've been great. I see you a lot. And how important, again, is it to communicate with everybody and just the types of things that you say and show your support that way?
Yeah, it's super important. I mean, I think especially volleyball, talking and, like, communicating with each other is, like, one of the most important things to do. Like, you can all the skill in the world. If you don't, like, communicate with your teammates, it doesn't go so well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me just wrap it up here with Ella one more time. Again, thinking back to this season, just recall some of the tournaments. You were down at the Albany one, got beat once. Say against Watertown Meyer. I want to get out from you your attitude playing them. Because I'd heard this. Tell me if I'm wrong. You guys kind of looked at them and thought, well, geez, they're number 2 in the state. I don't know, if we can play with them or not. But then what did you learn from that?
Oh boy, that was a long time ago. But I think we all that's where we all kind of came together as a team and figured out if we don't play together, we're not going to be able to go where get to where we are today and stuff. So that's where I think that's where we really started to play as a team and just make plays for each other and always be there and support each other.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask Abby this too. I forgot to ask about using 2 setters like you do. You don't start, Ella does. But then as you sit on the bench and then you come in, what are some of the things that you're looking at as you then enter and try to use to your advantage?
I mean, sometimes if we're down by a lot, I know me and Heidi go in together and Jenna and Ella go in together, so we're never in with those two. So it's kind of weird because we're on the team together, but we never step foot on the court together. But I know say we're down and then they're not really bringing a lot of energy. Me and Heidi will just be hey, we're gonna do the energy, or it's a different view from the bench from on the court. So when it's on, say there'll be a certain thing oh, Ella said it, and I'll be oh, that was a really good set. I should set it exactly like that for Tori because she got a kill right there. Just things like that.
I could say almost as a fan, too, just my observation, you two being the setter, it's there's no real competition here in the sense of I'm going to be the setter, not you, because you two are actually really good friends, aren't you?
Yeah, we're best friends.
But is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about Emma for a second here. The blocking. I thought the blocking today, because they have a team that can really hit that ball. What was your game plan going in on how you're going to try to block this team?
We were going to focus mostly on their left sides because, obviously they're really, really good. But we also cannot forget about their middles. But the thing with their middles is they always like to hit at setter's corner. And so I could take a step down from their middles so I could get to the left sides. And I thought Jenna, Tori, and Heidi all did a really good job blocking too.
Mm-hmm. Lisa, then, in the back row, and you see how they can hit. You had one, maybe it was the same volley. You had 2 tremendous saves in the back. What are you looking at? How do you read that?
I just go off my blocker's shoulder and see if there's a hole that I have to cover, and then just stand there and pass.
I know. It's like, I know.
Yep,
I
sometimes
love
we go.
back row specialists because, say, like Maddie, they can hit it at you all day. That's okay, isn't it?
Yep.
You just
It's
take it.
fun.
And yes, that's the way you play. So let's see, Maddie, you're going to the state volleyball tournament. Just summarize everything in the way you started out this year. Maybe you had goals. What were some of the things that you talked about?
Well, everybody's goal is always to go to the state tournament. That's where you want to end up. But I think the beginning of this season, with all the work we put in, we were like, we're going. Like, that is our number one goal. We want to go. Like, us 8 seniors, like, we've been talking about it forever. We're like, this is what we've been waiting for since we were literally like this tall, 10 years old, couldn't pass a volleyball, like wanting to go to the state tournament, looking up to the older girls, and now we're the older girls. And it's a lot, and the support from the student section, our families, the community is unreal.
I want to get maybe Ella, too, because she's a basketball player as well. Just another thought, too, to where we talk about just the competitive nature, as Maddie said, since you were a little kid, this is how you grew up. And again, I look at just the pressure that's put on you in a sense. I don't think it really comes from the coach or the parents so much. It's more on you as a player. That's what you want to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so how do you get through all of that and just learn and you grow from that?
I think it all starts like with a pass. So like I know when like earlier in the season we were all just kind of like whatever, like it was a good play and we all just kind of went in the huddle and went back out and did our own thing. But then we really focused on like coming together as a team and like always like giving credit to the people who's like started the play. Like if Maddie had a good pass, I'd always say good pass, Maddie, because like Jenna would always turn around and say like good set, Ella, or something. So I think we all just try to give each other a lot of credit, and that just keeps everyone going.
All right, well, congratulations. How does this sound? See you at practice on Monday. All right. Thank you, ladies. Great job today.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.